Jackson and I talked. I went over his army at Adepticon. We've talked a few times, but we've never had a chance to play. He's been wanting to. I'm happy to see he didn't bring his Stern Tiger or anything like that. But we got a pretty good matchup, I think. Like veteran Airborne against veteran SS Fanatics. It's gonna be a good one. You're from?
No, I'm from Kansas City.
Kansas City. But then you travel up north to.
I used to live in Cedar Rapids for school, but
You were gonna.
I'm leaving in September to study military strategy and doctorate at the University of Kent.
Yeah, so I kind of been over Jackson's army out, and I'll just kind of use just 3 squads of veteran SS that are, you know, if you watch the Adepticon video, you know the history. He's quite the history buff. Mine's just 82nd Airborne. I don't know much about it. So this would be releasing.
Well, this army is actually based on Normandy, but I thought with the snowy environment, the fact that I'm facing parachutes, it might as well be masked on for all intents and purposes.
You're rocking out 6 dice?
6 dice, I know. When I wanted to bring the Stern Tiger originally, I could only get 4, and I thought to myself, 4 is never going to work in any situation.
I've got 11, so hopefully I can do something with that. So let's play.
Alright.
Hey everybody, welcome back to WahooWarrior channel. It's been a little while since I put anything up. Did the Bugeater GT in Omaha, Nebraska, and there was 5 pretty awesome games. And I was running my American Airborne that I designed for a patron giveaway army. I don't know if you've followed my last battle reports, but my list is pretty generic. It's 2 6-man veteran squads with a light machine gun and a bar, a 8-man squad with like 5 submachine guns, and then an 8-man squad with rifles. All those are veterans with stubborn, and then a 12-man regular glider squad with rifles, a jeep with a heavy machine gun, and then I've got a recoilless rifle and a medium mortar. Jackson here, my opponent, he's got all veteran SS fanatics. He's got a Stug tank, and that's about it. Doesn't have a whole lot of order dice, but his infantry is good and actually better than mine. So the mission is to capture these tokens. There's 3 on my side and 3 on his side. I think you get 2 or 3 points per token. You get a half point, I think, for enemy units destroyed, and something like that. To win, you get more than your opponent points, and to get a major, you need to double them up. So we're just turn 1, just doing some advancing. I've got my recoilless rifle on ambush. I don't know what I'm going to do with it exactly. Here I'm throwing down a light machine gun shot on his veteran squad back there behind the wall. I think I needed 7s. Because the light machine gun takes a movement penalty, where American stuff. I go ahead and decide to just run to the token, because the way it's worked out is that once you own a token, then it stays yours. In order for somebody to flip it to theirs, they have to be within 3 inches of it and not have an enemy unit within 3. I know I'm going to take some shots there, but I figured it's going to not be that bad. Wasn't thinking about the tank so much, but there's like a cart in between me and his stuff, so we decided that was soft cover. Most of the terrain on here, there's these hardcover walls and some buildings, and then a lot of soft cover. The trees we declared at the beginning, since there's he rolls the 2 hit on there, so he kills like 2, so it's not enough for a check. I'm going to put several pins on me. But I will claim the token at the end of the turn, and then I can move on from there. So his list is not as really mobile either, so I'm going to just try to push up, and whatever side I seem to have success in, I'm going to try to take a token. First turns in these games, since most of the stuff's deployed, I don't think we have anything in reserves. I think everything is deployed on the board, so there's no surprises. There's not going to be any outflanking or anything like that. My submachine gun squad is in that courtyard behind that little house. This is a 12-man glider squad on the bottom, and I just ran the 8-man rifle squad up and my lieutenant with a snap 2. So I'm looking pretty decent on the right. My bazooka team is behind the rocks right next to all those guys there. I don't have much to deal with that tank, so my goal is to try to minimize it. I'm going to try to use his own infantry in that courtyard to screen off his stuff and make that Stug decide to go right or left. Because once you get that thing having to turn, it's much less powerful because it has to advance. It doesn't have a turret, which is, for 5 points less than a Panzer IV, it's ridiculous. It should be 30 points cheaper. No turret and no Tiger Fear. Awesome model. I love that. I love that tank, but the point is just silly. He does have it, I think, a veteran though. He plays a very historical list. All his stuff is veteran. I throw a recoilless rifle shot down on that center thing, and it's long range, hard cover. I need a 6. He decides to go down, or it was my mortar, or both. But so he's down, and I do actually roll a 6, and it only kills like one guy. So here I decided to do my Jeep. I don't know what I'm doing with the Jeep exactly, other than I'd like to try to get it around to the side of that Stug tank. But he immediately fires at it with that squad without moving. He does have a pin or so on him, and the wall I think is in the way, but he's able to hit it and roll a 6 and kill it, so that kind of sucks. So I go ahead and I move the gliders up, and I fire a bunch of rifles, 12 rifles, just hard cover, long range, needing a 6. I get a couple, and I'm able to pick off one man and get another pin on him. Just trying to whittle him down. Whittle. So I try to pass with that 4-man remainder squad to move them, and they go down, they fail. And then I think here Jackson's able to see my glider squad. He wasn't within an inch of his guys. I was on the move, so fortunately I think he needed a 4. Oh, I had to fire across the wall, so a 5. And fortunately he missed. That would have devastated me because I would have had a giant glump of guys behind that log. There's my submachine gun squad, getting aggressive with them since he's down with that squad in the middle because of my mortar fire. These guys, I do a little advance, which makes the light machine gun fire at -1, but I want to get the bar in range of his squad. So a little shifting around there. I don't think I'm able to even put a pin on him. And my bazooka just kind of runs up into the middle to try to figure out where to go to try to get some shots on that Stug. So that's pretty much the turn. There's my lieutenant just kind of going up there. Jackson, he does run his medic over this way, and he does move this squad over. So kind of bringing them into the center. He's able to put some shots on my submachine gun squad. Because of that other piece of wall there and the building and the well, it's going to be hard cover. He does have an assault rifle in there and maybe 2 assault rifles and a light machine gun. So he's got a few shots, but with the range and movement and stuff, he's able to, I think, get a hit on me, but didn't kill anybody. So he puts a pin on me. My recoilless rifle just kind of moves up, and we go to turn 3. So beginning of turn 3, my airplane decides to come in, but I roll a 1. And Jackson targets that center 8-man rifle veteran squad, and I kind of explained to him how to, it has to be 18 inches away, and then you can put it somewhere where 6 inches of pins from the airplane and 6 inches of pins from the target. So he puts pins on my mortar, my recoilless rifle, my submachine gun squad, the target unit, and the gliders, and the lieutenant. I think the lieutenant, he rolled a D3 -1, he rolled a none. And then I go down with the squad, and he rolls a ground attack fighter, which is a 4-inch template, so it hits all 8, but it's halved to 4, and he kills all 4. So that will be a check, but I'm stubborn, so I test on my base of 10. So that's at least the stubborn saved me, but it got pins down all along my right flank. And that really hurts because I was ready to push up and maybe possibly eliminate that squad behind in that courtyard. There's a token here, and there's a token on the other side of that courtyard. You can kind of see the green. He's gonna fire. He's just gonna move and fire at me, and I think I go down. Can't remember, but yeah, I gotta preserve my units. I can't be getting wailed on too much. But I passed my cordless rifle and able to fire, and I didn't need much to hit actually, but that might have been hard cover because of the well and some of the angle I had. But I missed at that, and I'm doing a little run order or advance order here, and I'm gonna, I think, fire at that squad. I can see the one man of that squad that's in the road being aggressive, but I miss because it's hard cover. Here he advances up here, and he's going to put some shots. The good part is that he did block off his Stug tank from being able to shoot without having to move. So he comes up there and he puts some fire down on one of my units. Here I go ahead and do a snap 2, and I advance my lieutenant and do get a pin on. And then I pass with these guys, and they advance up. They're pretty aggressive. It's a large squad, lots of rifles. And I think I cleared my only pin off, and so it's just going to be the hard cover. And I get a few hits, and maybe don't kill anybody. I just run these guys. Goal is to, now that he's moved his squad into the center to help his other squads, that token on the far right on the other side of the house is open. So if I can threaten it, I will force a full unit to have to come over and deal with me. So here Jackson's moving his tank. I kind of make him go back and do it again because it can only turn once. That's the one bad thing about a Stug tank. It's ridiculous. The point cost is only 5 less than a Panzer IV. Panzer IV would have been fine in that situation. Swivel a turret. So I was only able to get a machine gun shot on my, I think, my gliders, and he didn't roll very well. Did put a pin back on me though. Here, that's his lieutenant coming in, putting some machine gun shots out. So yeah, I've got a lot of pins over here on the right. I got a tank coming my way. And I have a bazooka. I do call my airstrike in on that middle unit that's aggressive standing in the road, because I can see the one guy from my Gaias. So I'm hoping that will come in and put some pins in his center and freeze them up. So we go to turn 4. Beginning turn 4. Jackson gets the first dice. He drives his tank up there, which that's no good. I do go down with my gliders, and he actually misses with his tank gun. And his medium machine gun, I don't know if he forgot to shoot it or what. I didn't see that many dice go up. So I got a chance with my bazooka maybe to knock that thing out. Here I think I fire my mortar, yeah, and he goes down with that squad because I was zeroed in on him. Here he assaults with that squad. And that's pretty interesting. He kind of said, I don't know if I should or not. He's going first. We're within 6 inches. And he comes out. He's got like 6 guys. Most of them have assault weapons. And he's a veteran. He rolls really poorly on the first round. I still had like 10 dudes. And I rolled really good. And then it goes to the second round because he's fanatic and I'm able to finish him off. I still got a pretty full squad. And they do have anti-tank grenades. So if that Stug doesn't move, I can assault it and maybe do some damage to it with anti-tank grenades, which they're not very good, but it's something. I do have a bazooka that I can fire. I do a snap 2, kind of move my lieutenant over there, and I fire his shots, and then I move my bazooka over here. And so I'm moving, and I think short range, but I miss. Boo. The lieutenant just sprayed a few shots at his lieutenant. Or actually, I have 2 rifles, so. Here I just kind of run those 4-man guys up. I run this 8-man squad up, and I move my observer up, just kind of threaten that token, try to capture it, flip it to me. Because this one on the right is going to be contested, because I think that's how it works. Contested. I think it's still his, as long as he's within so much inches. And then he's actually going to assault my 8-man squad with his squad. I'm not sure if we did that right. If he's manning the wall, we go Simo because I'm on the other side of a wall, and we roll. I roll really good. We roll with veterans. He's got more assault weapons, but he doesn't do much with those. And I win the first round of combat, but he's fanatic, so we end up whittling each other down to the point where he has, I think, 2 guys remaining. So my guys are dead, but he only has 2 left, and I've got a 4-man squad, and I've got an air observer over there with an extra guy. So I'm feeling okay about that. Here he blasts my, start turn 5, and he blasts my gliders with his tank gun. I shoot him with my bazooka and miss, or hit and did not penetrate. I don't see a pin marker on him, so I don't think I did anything. That's not good. My lieutenant takes a casualty but passes its order check. Here my remainder of my 4-man squad moves up, and they fire some rifles at his lieutenant and don't do anything, maybe a pin. So this is very much in the balance, very tight game. Here my 2-man squad comes up and fires a couple shots, and I think I score a hit, but I don't think I kill anybody. My 4-man squad does the same thing. They do have a light machine gun and a bar, so I have more shots, but I don't know if I do much of anything. My submachine gun guys, I get like super aggressive with them, move them up the middle. I'm actually within point blank, which isn't probably the best place to be, but he's sitting on like 4 pins or 5 pins or something because of my various shots. And my mortar coming down on him and stuff. But don't really do much casualties. And we start turn 6. So turn 6, it's going to be critical. My airplane does come in, and it's targeted on that remainder. I think there's 2 guys left. So it's able to kill off those 2 guys, and then it causes a few pins on that center unit because it was within 6 inches of them. Here my bazooka is able to shoot, and I score an on fire result, and he passes, but at least it's down, so it can't hurt me this turn. Here he passes an order check with those guys and assaults my submachine gun squad, and I'm too close to reactionary fire, and he pretty much wipes me out. I might kill 1 guy back before I die. So that was kind of a mistake, but I wasn't too worried because I knew I have stuff. There's a token right there. He's got to stay close to that token because I've got the one captured on the far left. Each token's worth 3 points. I think you get a point for you get a half point per enemy unit destroyed, and you get 1 bonus point, I think, if you kill the enemy's lieutenant. I do assault his lieutenant right here, and we do assault, and we go Simo, and I kill him off, so I've got 4 guys there. And I think that the tokens they stay in your control. I don't know if armor can contest them. So right now we've got this one on the far closest to us contested on his side. I run my lieutenant over there to contest that one. Or is it in his control? 36, 9, 12. Yeah, so basically it's going to be the game. So I own my 3, so that's 9 points. I own the one on back behind that hill, so I've got, or the house, so I've got 12. He still owns these 2 for 6, but I still double them up because I get the bonus for the lieutenant and dead stuff. But yeah, so here's some pictures of the game. It was a fun game, very tight, very close. It kept trying to swing Jackson's way. That's my 4-man, that squad that got hit by the Stug tank when they claimed that objective. Yeah, so it was pretty tight points, and I ended up getting a major because it was 12-6 in the victory points, but then I had killed more units, and I had his bonus 1 for the lieutenant, so I was able to double him up, I think. I don't know, we totaled it up, but here's the airplane coming in trying to ruin my day. Yeah, I knew that. I called that as soon as it was delayed. I called that to him. I thought for sure I'm gonna end up screwing myself over. Luckily, I was able to power through it and recover. Jackson's List is really tough. The one thing about it, it doesn't have a lot of order dice, so his units are super powerful. But if you can avoid them getting their full firepower on you, not like being able to go down. If you can go down, you can negate that quite a bit and counter with the other stuff. But yeah, it was a close one. That's the overview of the original deployment. Just a couple pictures of his deployment stuff. The SS squad in that courtyard. And there's his squad on the far left side. And you can see where that objective token was. And then his center unit. I guess it's the same picture. But so this was pretty much some of the key stuff. Was that airstrike coming in? I thought I was screwed after that. The airplanes are not nearly as powerful as they used to be. But they still can cause those pins when you're clumped up like that. And sometimes it only takes one failed check. Here's a nice picture of my HMG Jeep, which I kind of threw away. Probably shouldn't have. So quickly, my glider's advancing up. I like that 12-man squad. They were throwing a lot of dice. This was probably one of the most pivotal points when he assaulted my gliders in that. It didn't even count as trees, really. He came out. I outnumbered him quite a bit. It was about 6-10. He went first, rolled poorly. I rolled pretty good, and we ground each other, and I was able to kill him off. That's just another picture of the deployment in the beginning. Those guys had moved into that area there, and it was kind of tough to get rid of them. I did get the mortar zeroed in on him. I was able to start racking up some pins, but he was going down. You can only kill like 1 or 2 guys a turn. And I rolled a 1 for one of those, I know. Here's my recoilless rifle. Didn't do a whole lot this game. My SMG squad moving up in the middle. I kind of got them too close, too fast. I sort of did that on purpose because he only had 1 squad. He had to defend 2 objectives, but I didn't need to do that. Here's my bazooka. Finally able to, at that point, blankish range, was able to get a hit and cause an on fire, which was helpful. It wasn't able to kill it though. So the Stug stayed alive. And that's pretty much it. It was a great game though. It was very good. Had a great time, great opponent, and a great army list. Great army. So, alright, well, go to game 2.